Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Sherma Muller. I'm the marketing executive here at Inova Solutions. Today, I will be assisting Laycya Holmes, the country manager of Jamaica, with our first webinar of the season. Aren't you guys as excited as I am? On behalf of Inova, we would like to thank everyone for registering and joining the webinar. I would like to mention that this webinar is being recorded. This is because we do upload this to share with you guys after the webinar. So just in case you missed anything or you would like to replay this, you can do so. So without further ado, let's get effective with Office 365. I will now pass the word to Laycya.
All right. Thank you very much, Sherma. Um, Good morning, everyone. I just want to thank you all for your time. It really is a pleasure to have this presentation with you guys. I just want to let you know that if you came on this webinar to multitask or to do something else while it's happening, it's not gonna happen. Because we're really going to get effective and get into it. So I just want to get into the agenda real quickly. So today I'm just going to get into who I am. Welcome everyone for coming on, and just to get an idea of who we have in the audience as well. I do these predominantly in person, so if you're gonna get more of in-person feel, you just don't worry about it. It's really just to ensure that I don't have people sleeping on me. And we're gonna get into some highlights on Microsoft Outlook, Word, Teams, Planner, OneNote, SharePoint, and Flow. And then we touch MyAnalytics, and then we do some Q&A. So let me actually move now and go into the area now. So I think we have, let's see how many people do we have. We have about 13 different persons, and I just want to get to know some of you. So if a few of you could just, take off the mic and tell me who you are, which company you come from, and what you're looking forward to in this session, and that would be good. Just two people, don't make me have to pick anybody. Hello. All right, I figure you guys want me to pick then. So,
Hello,
okay, no problem. Go ahead.
Zadia Averill, and I'm from St. Lucia in North American Assemblies Limited.
All right, North American Assemblies Limited. Great. Awesome. So you're from a private sector company, essentially?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Thanks for being so brave and being the first one to speak. All right, so we just need one more person. Just one more. Don't be shy. Don't make me have to pick. Just move the mouse a little. Anybody else? How about Gunther Sutherland? Gunther? Hi.
Hello, is it? You have to turn your mic on.
Hi. Yes. Go
I'm in the
ahead.
same office with Zadia, so I will
Oh,
be back.
what are the odds of that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, great. Nice to meet you. All right,
Same
so
here.
we're gonna just jump right into it, guys. So, can anybody just tell me what they think Office 365 is? If you could just type in the chat, could you just type and tell me what you think Office 365 is? And then I can jump into it and get into what it is and what we're gonna do. Just type, what do you think Office 365 is? Anybody?
Don't know what you type in.
You can type in the little chat area. So there's a chat button that you can select, a conversation button, and you can just type that, chat in that area, and you should be able to type. So while you guys are typing, I'm going to get into it. Office 365 is a modern workplace platform. It's a modern workplace platform that allows you to interact, collaborate, and work more effectively. Right? So how many people knew? So open some mics up now. How many people knew that Office 365, if you have like an E5 or an E3, has up to 33 apps, 33 different apps? How many people knew that? Anybody there? I told you this was going to be an interactive session, guys. Yes, really, it does. It does. How many people knew that? No, somebody tell me didn't know at all. Okay. Somebody tell me if they knew or not. How many did you think they have? Open up the mics, guys. Tell me, how many apps do you think they had? Do you think it was just Outlook and Word and PowerPoint and Excel? Feel free to open up. Feel free to talk.
I thought it was just the basic office suite.
Okay, so you thought it was just a basic Office suite, right? So it's more than that. As you can see here, we have Outlook, OneDrive, then you have the basic Office suite, you have OneNote, you have SharePoint, you have Forms, MyAnalytics, Kaizala, People, Planner. You also have Planner. I have Project because I have Project. You have Power BI, Power Apps. You have SharePoint. You actually have social engagement, Microsoft Stream, Sway, Tasks, Teams, To Do, Video. And you also have Whiteboard, Word, and Yammer. So there are actually over 30 odd apps that you have access to in the Office 365 platform. So let's get into a little bit of Outlook. So in Outlook, most of you would have known Outlook predominantly because of the use of writing emails. So let's get into writing emails. Did you know that there's a feature in Outlook called Dictate that allows you to actually do your work and type with voice at the same time? So that Dictate feature is here. Sorry, there's a question? All right, so let me go back into the Dictate feature. So the Dictate feature is actually there, and it actually comes in different languages, but I'm just going to use it for English for now since I'm actually working. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to allow Dictate to do the typing while I'm talking because I'm actually doing a presentation. So this actually helps you when you're working and interacting in your field and you're talking to someone, but at the same time you want to take the notes that you're saying or that the person may be saying so you can interact much better. So I'm going to stop this feature now. It's a very helpful feature. And then you also have the read out loud feature, which is available not only in Outlook, but it's also available in Word. So right now I'm going to be the only one that hears it. But if you guys were actually with me in my machine, you would have heard the read out loud. So you can use the read out loud feature as well. Another cool thing in Outlook is that you can attach most recent items. So if you're working on something and you're interacting and you don't have the time to look for the folder that you saved it in, when you select attach a file, it looks for the most recent files that you've worked on. Then also too, there is also another cool feature called encryption. So there's something built into the Outlook and the Office 365 suite. It's called Advanced Threat Protection. And what it does in the rights management features is that it allows you to select Do Not Forward and Encrypt for deeper level advanced threat protection and advanced information protection. It also allows you to put certain permissions like do not forward, do not copy, do not replicate, and that sort of thing. Anybody knew about that feature? Where you can actually set the confidentiality and the information associated with your documents. Feel free to type while I ask the questions. All right, so we're moving on. Another feature as well that I wanted to share is the delayed delivery. So if you're sending emails on a regular basis and you have a tendency to work outside of work hours and that sort of thing, then you don't necessarily have to send it during that time. You can actually delay the delivery until the following day. So say, for example, I'm working at 10 o'clock in the night. I can feel free to actually send the email tomorrow morning instead. And that way the delivered email gets sent at that time. Can I get an email to do that test and to do the encryption test? Can somebody just type their email to me in the chat? Feel free to type the email. All right, so this is predominantly Outlook. So I'm gonna move into the feature set associated with the calendar. So for me, I use calendaring a lot. Calendaring for me is one of the main ways in which I organize my time and my day. So what I do in calendaring is I color code. So I color code based on personal, I color code based on work, I color code based on interactions that I have with Microsoft and different entities. And what I do is I book my time. So I book focus time. Like today, I have some focus time as well. And I'll book my time to ensure that everyone is aware of how I'm interacting. So let's go into how we book a meeting. So when you're inviting attendees to your meeting, all you have to do when you open the meeting request, so you open the meeting request, you can set it up for focus time like this. And what you can do is you can set your location. For me, I might put my work desk. And then in the focus time area, I actually put in the task that I'm going to do. So I may say I need to follow up on my opportunities, follow up with Sherma, and thank you emails for a session today. But if I feel like I want to convert this to a meeting with other persons, all I simply need to do is select the invite attendees. And once I select the invite attendees, I can add persons who I've recently used, which are Sherma and Troyan. And then when I'm setting it as a Teams meeting, I just select Teams meeting. So the Teams meeting now, the link gets placed in there. For those of you who would have used Skype before, the link gets placed in there. No longer you're not going to see a Skype anymore because Skype is going to be defunct by 2021, right? So you put in the Teams meeting so that persons can join the Teams meeting, right? And then you can actually select this meeting note section, which allows you to create a OneNote area where you can have your meeting notes be recorded. This was something that was actually removed recently, but it's now back into it because I think a lot of people requested it back. It's actually a pretty nifty feature that allows you to, you know, save your notes and so forth and dictate whilst you're actually doing the meeting. All right, so I want to get into another cool feature called Insights. So I told you that I was going to get into MyAnalytics. So Insights actually looks at your email and gives you a set of outstanding tasks, tells you when you need to have focus time to focus on those tasks, tells you when you need to actually prepare for your meetings, and tells you all of what you need to do and the documents that you haven't read as yet. So all you have to do when you go into Outlook is select something called Insights, which is this little button here, and then it will bring it up in the corner here. So I'm going to give it some time to bring up that information. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Teams. Does anybody have any questions? I heard a mic open. Okay, I got an email to do the test. All right, great. So I'm going to use that email and I'm going to encrypt. And I'm also going to select do not forward. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dictate what I'm going to write in the email. Hello. Thank you for joining the webinar. This is a test email. All right. So I'm going to encrypt it and I'm going to select do not forward. So you see here while I was working on that, it brought up all of the different things. Do you see how useful this can be? How many of us have missed email, can't find the email, totally forgot it, got totally distracted by something else, and we have other work to do? So what Insights actually helps you do is it's like your personal assistant. It basically looks through everything that you're doing and says, listen, you have 8 suggested outstanding tasks. Listen, these are the people that you're meeting and spending the most time with. Do you want to set recurring one-on-ones with them? Here's a document that you haven't read yet. Please go and read it. Here are some meetings that you have next week. Let's set some preparation time for that. Track your email open rates. And then for my manager and another colleague of mine, it's saying, Lace, set a one-on-one. You haven't had one in a while. Now, how useful is this? This is where you can get really effective, because sometimes we really get lost in all of the tasks that we have to do, but we just need that little help for us to be able to be more effective. All right, so I got into Outlook. Let me get into a little bit of Microsoft Word. So let me just actually open a new window for Word. Let me set up a blank document. So we can still use the dictate feature here in Word. It's actually one of my favorite features. And actually what I've been doing a lot as well is I use dictate and read out loud because I'm actually studying. So let me open a document that I've been using recently. Right, so recently I was working with my son on some work, and I can actually use the read out loud feature to just read this area, but I can also do a lot more work in Word. I can do reviews, I can do my track changes, which some people probably know about already, but I can also translate at the same time. So I can translate a select document, and then also while it's reading out loud, you can see the translation happening on the fly. Let me show you. So while it's reading out loud there, if you notice, the translation and the reading is happening at the same time. Now, this is very powerful for persons who are multilingual and bilingual and interact with multiple languages. Many of us interact like that in the islands here. So this is something that is very, very powerful to use. Let me stop the read out loud. Okay, so it finished now. Any questions before I move on to Teams? Let me check and see if there are any questions there. Melvin, did you get the email?
Yes, I did.
Okay, can you confirm if you are able to forward or not?
No, I cannot.
Forward,
Okay. 1 second. Configuring your computer information rights.
Right, so it's encrypted, right?
Yeah.
And you're not able to forward.
No.
All right, great. Awesome. So thanks for that, and thanks for being a part of the experience. All right, so now we're going to get into Teams. So Teams is what we're using right now. Teams is the best thing ever. Everybody loves it. It's actually the most used and most popular collaboration platform according to Gartner Insights. So guys, let's get into what Microsoft Teams is. So you have your activity pane, which basically shows all the activities for the different things that are going on. And then you have your chat area, which shows basically the chats that you've been having with your different people. Then you have the team section, which allows you to interact and move along with people. And I want to show you the planner section. I'm going to create a new section here. So Teams actually allows you to create teams. So let me create a new team. If I'm going too fast, let me know. So what you can actually do is you can create a team from scratch or an Office 365 group. I just need 4 emails to create the teams, if you please, guys, so we can actually start to interact and do a lot more. So I can build a team from scratch. Private and public means that the teams is private to the persons who I've invited, and public means that it's available to anyone in my org that can join. So I'm going to create a private team. I'm going to give it a name. And I give it a description. And then I'm going to create. Nice work. All right. So now it's going to tell me to add some members. So I'm going to add Sherma to the teams. And I'm also going to add Troyan for now until I get some additional emails. So now I've created my teams. And now I can interact and chat and collaborate using Microsoft Teams. I can say, hello, I am here. You can also use these teams to create stickers. So memes. And this allows you to really interact and have a good time. There's also the file section, which allows you to store and collaborate and co-author together. So for the persons who will be sharing their emails with me, I'm going to ask you guys to co-author a document with me. So I'm going to look at the teams now and see if I got any emails. Ooh, I got one more email. Okay. So let me see if I can add you guys to the teams. So I'm going to go back and add you as a guest. And let me see. Melvin, can I add you?
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, great, thanks. Anybody else willing to join? I need 2 more emails, just 2 more. So if you notice when I'm adding someone external to my org, it says that I'm adding them as a guest, right? So what's going to happen is for the 2 persons that I've added, you're actually going to get an email from me saying that you've been added to a Teams, and all you need to do is just join the Teams. And then you'll be able to interact with me. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to create a new Word document. And Sharma, I'm going to ask you to co-author with me too. Let's work together. That's what I'm going to call it. So I'm going to have a section for myself. I'm going to have a section for Sharma. I'm going to have a section for Melvin. And then I think it was Krishna, right? Correct?
Yeah, Lace, you got 2 more emails. Unfortunately, I cannot co-author with you because if I leave the pane, I lose the recording, okay?
No problem. That's fine. I'll work with the 2 additional emails that I have. All right. So let me go straight back into it. Good stuff. Boy, may I get emails, man. All right. I'm having some good interaction right now. Okay, good stuff. All right. So let me add everybody. I'm gonna add 2 more people. Add Zadia and Gunther. And Gunther, I think, is the last email that I have, right? So I actually got 5. Thank you. This is good. Oh, wrong email? Yes. Isn't it just at naaslu.com? Okay. All right. Let me copy it back. All right. So you guys should have gotten the email already. So you should be able to join. And then what we're going to do together is once you're on, you can join and say hi in the Teams. It doesn't mean that you have to come out of the meeting. Just as how I'm in the meeting now, you can actually say hello. And then we're going to jump in and co-author the document together. So what I'm going to ask you to do is you're just going to jump in and edit the document with me. And what's going to happen is that in the different sections here, while I'm typing and typing out what I need to type or dictating, because that's my favorite part, other persons as well will be typing in the same section while I'm typing. Not only that, but in this section over here, when persons start to join and start to type, you'll actually see bubbles coming up saying who has joined, who is typing, and who is working on the document with me. So while that's happening, I'm going to move on to another section. So let's move into adding planner. So in this plus sign section, you can actually add other applications outside of Microsoft. Ever since Satya took over, the focus for Microsoft has been that we need to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And with that goal, the focus was really to integrate technologies other than Microsoft technologies in. You can even integrate Google into this, LMS 365, many others, MailChimp, and that sort of thing. So let's get into Planner. Let's start assigning some tasks. So for those of you who do mini project management, project coordination, or even project management too, you may not necessarily need a project SKU right now. You can actually use Planner to be able to do your work. So let's create a test plan. Let's call it test and let's get going. So in Planner, what I can actually do is I can add tasks. I can enter a task name to say edit document section 2 in Teams. I can set a due date for tomorrow, and I can assign it to all of the persons who are in my teams. So I can assign it to Melvin, who is even a guest, and I can assign it to multiple people as well. Doesn't just have to be one person. What's the name of the file again? Let's work together. So feel free to also change the name of the task, and you can get granular too. You can set your progress, you can set the priority, you can set that it's urgent, you can start it at any time, or it needs to be started tomorrow, and it needs to be due by maybe the following week. You can type descriptions, you can add multiple items as well. You can say section 2, part 1, section 2, 1, part 2, so that the person can see all of the information associated with it. You can also add attachment as well. You can add a link and a SharePoint as well. Another cool note about working with Teams is that once you create a Teams, it creates a SharePoint. So that's how the SharePoint gets integrated into it. This Teams is built on top of the engine of Skype. It's built on top of SharePoint. It's integrated with OneDrive, and it's also integrated with many other platforms like Planner. So I'm done with this now, and I can move on to add another task. Can set the due date, assign to my guests, and move on. Not only that, but I'll get analytics associated with the task, and I'll also have my schedule, which highlights when these items are due. So I'm doing project coordination and project management using something as simple as Planner, which is already built into the Office 365 platform. It's not something that I have to buy separately, right? So this pretty much covers what you can do in Teams, but I'm gonna get into a little bit of calendaring. So the calendar, if you notice, looks just like my calendar from Outlook. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set a new meeting. And in this meeting section, it automatically creates a Teams meeting because you created it from Teams. I can actually select channels for me to create the meeting. So I can create it in the webinar channel. And if you notice, as soon as I selected the channel, it says this is a Teams online meeting. Everyone can join online. So I'm gonna go, let's work together. And then I can set it for 11. I can invite Troyan as well. If you notice, it shows that she's busy because of her calendar. So I can actually go into the scheduling assistant, and then it will actually show me based on Troyan's calendar, who is in my organization, if she's available to join the meeting or not. And then I can select a different day based on times that we both have available together. You can use the scheduling assistant to be more effective at scheduling and also knowing when your colleagues are free so that you don't set meetings without respect for person's time. And if you notice, when I scheduled a meeting, it put the data inside the Teams to show that I've scheduled a meeting. And then when I created the planner, it also created a notification to say that I've added a new tab with planner. Also too, for the meeting notes, when I had scheduled the meeting in Outlook, it has the meeting notes here. Another thing as well, when I go back to the webinar, let's go back to the webinar section. I can also create meeting notes from this webinar. So this is very, 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 very powerful for when it is that you're operating in a meeting and you can interact there. Not only that, but this recording here, it's actually going to get stored in a platform called Microsoft Stream. And when you play back the recording, you'll actually see closed captions with my voice. So the same dictate feature that was used to be able to dictate in Word and Outlook is the same dictate feature that's used for the recording, for the transcription to happen for the meeting. So you can take meeting notes in two places, and you can also use the record feature to do the transcription for you. So let's get into what we talked about so far. So we actually touched these areas. We touched MyAnalytics as well, but I want to touch MyAnalytics a little more, and then we also touched SharePoint. I want to touch MyAnalytics one more time. I'm going to bring up Flow as well as MyAnalytics. So MyAnalytics not only helps you with the part that I showed you in Outlook over here, but it also helps you with understanding and knowing how you operate as an individual. This is the effectiveness part of your work. So it also tells you how you use your focus time, how many days you book focus time, how many days you need to review, and how often you collaborate versus how often you focus. It also gives you tips on how you can focus better. Then it also has a well-being section, which shows you how often you actually take time off away from work to be more productive. And then it actually has a network section, which shows you how you interact with persons inside your org and outside your org. Now, this is very powerful, and I'm going to share this link in the slide so that you can actually look at the MyAnalytics section for yourself so that you can be more effective. If you already have Office 365, you have access to it, and you should be able to do it there. I'm going to pause because we are actually at 10:40, and I'm going to ask if there are any questions, any comments, or any feedback. Any questions? Don't shout all at once. All right, well, since there are no questions right now, I figure persons will ask me questions after or after the session. Let's see if we can get into Flow. And I think I'll close out with Flow. Oddly though, oh, Power Automate, okay. It seems that they've changed the name. Guys, Microsoft changes a lot every day, so don't worry. All right, so it looks like they've changed the name of Flow to Power Automate. So this is what the Flow screen looks like. And Flow basically allows you to create basically automated processes for things that you would have normally done manually. So for example, if you're always saving your attachments from your email, you actually have a flow for that, which can allow you to automatically save all the attachments in your email and put it on your OneDrive. If you want to get push notifications when you get an email from your boss, you can do that as well. And it also has many other different templates that you can actually use and get into. So in the interest of time, I won't get into Flow fully, but it was just to give you an idea of all of the different things that you have so that you're able to work more effectively. So let's go back to the PPT. So we went through Outlook. We went through MyAnalytics in Outlook. We looked at Word. We looked at Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Planner. We touched OneNote in the Outlook section. We touched SharePoint with Teams, and we just touched Flow, which is now changed to Power Automate. Let's make that change there so that we can know what the difference is now. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pause and ask if there are any questions. Feel free to type. Feel free to open the mic and ask, are there any questions? All right, so if there are no questions, that means everybody got through everything and knows everything. Just a note on our upcoming events. We have in Jamaica, we're going to be having a Christmas adoption party on December the 13th. So for those of you who have joined from the Jamaica office or those who are going to be coming over to Jamaica anytime soon, feel free to drop by at our Christmas adoption party, where I get to do this in person and we get to play games around it. And then on December the 3rd, Guyana is going to be having a Microsoft Cloud optimized and secured seminar. And then on December the 5th in Suriname, we're having a Microsoft Cloud optimized and secured seminar as well. Just some helpful links. The docs.microsoft.com link actually allows you to get a lot of information about Microsoft. It's a link that you should know very well. And then Microsoft came out with this boss website called Microsoft Learn, where you can actually use it to study and learn on your own. And then I sent the MyAnalytics link, and then you can also go to our link at www.inovacooperation.com. So all these links have been shared, and this is my email. If you have any further questions, that's lholmes@inovacooperation.com. And you can follow us on social media at Inova Solutions. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. And with that, I want to thank you for your time. You don't have access to the meeting notes? All right, so we'll get that. That's fine. The meeting notes, we didn't write anything in it. So what we can do is we can see how we can access that, and feel free to ping me after. All right, you're welcome.
No worry, we'll share the recording as well. So just in case they would like to review the recording.